How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about the discomfort of having no booze in your life, the discomfort of going through the whole process of quitting drinking alcohol. Is going to give you the greatest potential for growth in your life, Not only the discomfort associated with quitting drinking alcohol, but the discomfort that is associated with any change. Now, in order to change, you have to get outside your comfort zone, so to speak, right? And you hear a lot of people talking about a comfort zone that people are in. And it's just a place where everyone feels happy, right? They feel very safe, and they feel like this is somewhere where they don't really have to think too much. They don't really have to do too much. They can go about their own routines and carry on with their routines day in and day out. They eat the same foods. They drink the same drinks. They talk to the same people. They go to the same places. They get up at the same time. They do the same things basically and habitually day in and day out, right? For a lot of people, for life, Some people don't leave the town that they were born in. Some people, go to school. They go and do their sort of obligatory schooling. They might go to college, but after that they feel like their education is done, They feel like they want to go into a job. They want to get paid to work from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock, 5 days a week, have the weekends off to spend doing whatever they want to do, have 2, 3, 4 weeks holidays a year, and that's all right for some people. But I'm just saying, when you get into a life of that, any change then becomes uncomfortable. And the more you don't change in your life, the more you avoid change, the more discomfort you're going to find with the smallest amount of change, right? So anything that gets outside of that ritual or routine that you've got in your life, the more discomfort, discomfort you're going to feel. Now, everyone does feel this way. I feel this way. If I go out, I normally go out to for a walk in the morning, very early, right? For instance, as an example. So I leave here at the moment I'm going at about 5:45 in the morning, and it's just getting bright then. Gets me out into the road. Do about 8.5 kilometers by the time, just a circle around, sort of around where I'm living. Now, if that's delayed by an hour even, right, it sort of upsets my whole routine for the day, and that's a form of discomfort, right? It just puts me out, puts my thinking out. My breakfast is delayed. My starting work is delayed. Really sort of getting into it, and it's sort of, the whole thing is sort of disrupted, But the biggest thing about changing, about getting outside your discomfort zone, of changing these little things, I'm not talking about, one day you change your routine and it upsets you, right? I'm talking about doing it consistently in order to make deliberate positive change in your life, right? And one of the best things about this is that once you do make those changes and you consistently persist with the changes day in and day out, right, and you force yourself through this discomfort, your discomfort zone expands, or your comfort zone expands. Your discomfort zone sort of narrows, but your comfort zone expands. And what a lot of people don't realize is that in order to achieve something in your life, in order to achieve things beyond the normal, right, you've got to break out of that comfort zone again and again and again, right, and keep doing it. The more you do this, the more habitual it becomes, the easier it becomes for you, right, to do this, because you start to buzz off it. You start to get a good feeling when you're pushing yourself outside of that comfort zone. A lot of people won't do this, as I say. A lot of people are they're quite happy in their own routines. They're quite happy doing the same things that their parents did. Maybe they do things a little bit differently, and they think that they're revolutionaries, But so this is just a quick video this morning, just to try and put a bit of perspective on discomfort. That it's not a bad feeling, Feeling uncomfortable is not bad. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to do you any harm. It's actually going to do you a lot of good, Especially this type of discomfort where you're heading towards a self-directed goal, a self-directed aim. You're heading towards something that you really want to get out of life. How do you know you're changing? The more uncomfortable you feel with it, the more you know you're getting outside of your comfort zone. If you're not feeling discomfort, you're not outside your discomfort zone at all. You're still well within that. So always try to look at your discomfort as a symptom of the effort that you're putting in, as a product of the effort that you're putting in. This is the feeling. It's a bit weird. It's a bit strange to feel it. It's everyone's going to feel different discomfort. And the discomfort that you feel when it's linked with cravings or side effects of not drinking anymore, when you're not able to drink with the same people that you would normally drink with, you're not able to associate with these people anymore, and sometimes that's going to happen. When you have to change a lot of the fundamental things in your life, that's when the discomfort really kicks in. But there's a lot of things that you can do to try and alleviate those feelings, or to try and put them into perspective more than anything else. I think that's mostly what I found works for me the best. When I first stopped drinking, it just felt like I was drowning in mud. I was sinking deeper and deeper into this quagmire. And when I stopped, I was gradually able to pull myself out of it. And over the years, every step forwards I've taken has been almost a step upwards. So you're taking, it's a gradual slope upwards instead of a slope downwards. And the more height you gain, the more perspective you get on life, the more perspective you get on yourself, the more perspective you get on your problems, on your successes, on what your strengths are and your weaknesses. And the better perspective you have on these things, the better understanding you have, the better is your ability to deal with these things. And that's what it all boils down to. If you're drinking or you're taking any drug, it's closing in your perspective. It's focusing in on one thing, and it's taken away from the bigger picture in your life. The more you drink, the more you look for these external solutions, external chemical solutions to internal life problems, the more shrunken down that perspective is going to be, the less focused, the more focused that's going to be onto a singular issue or a singular sort of revolving cycle, and it's a downward cycle, it's a depressive cycle. The further you get away from alcohol, the broader, the much wider you can see your life. You can see your life from just a different perspective, and it not only opens your life, your mind, your eyes to, it not only opens your eyes to yourself and your position and where you are now, but it opens your eyes to the possibilities, and that's the best thing. Because once you start to see the possibilities in yourself, once you start to see the possibilities in your own abilities, right? Once you can start to see that your own abilities don't just depend on who you are or what you've got or what you've learned in the past or what your education was or any of that stuff, that the possibilities depend on your ability now to learn, to develop your own skills, and almost any skill you can develop, and when I'm talking about skills, I'm not talking about practical things like, woodworking skills or, speaking skills or whatever. I'm talking about very simple things like being able to say no, that's a skill, being able to say, I'm going to off-put this feeling of, off-put the instant gratification for an hour or a day. I'm going to look at my life from a different perspective. These are all skills that you learn slowly but surely, So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's it for today. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below in the comment section as usual. If you want to download the Alcohol Mastery Starter Pack, go on over to the website. It's on the first page there, alcoholmastery.com. Just leave your name and your email address, and you can download. There's a couple of video courses and different bits and bobs to help you start out, to help you put your mind into the right place. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Stay safe and keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Take care. Bye now.